All right, if you're a freelance creator, you know that feeling, right? You spend hours, maybe even days, making a pitch video only for it to get totally ignored. Well, in this explainer, we're going to break down the one psychological trick that makes all the difference. The thing that separates a skipped video from one that actually lands you a client. Let's get right into it.
So let's just tackle the big question head on. Why do so many of these videos fail? And I mean fail fast. We're talking in the first 3 seconds. You've poured all this work in, and poof, they're gone. And I'll tell you right now, it's probably not your camera and it's not your lighting. It's something way more interesting happening inside the client's head.
This right here, this quote gets to the heart of it. You know, getting that first glance, that initial click, that's actually the easy part. Think about it. Most people will give you a couple of seconds out of sheer curiosity. The real problem, the real challenge, is making them want to stick around past that point. So, how do you do that?
Well, the answer is all about psychology. It's the science of making people need to know what you're going to say next. And it's all built around this really cool idea called a curiosity loop.
Okay, it sounds kind of technical, but the idea is actually super simple. A curiosity loop is just a gap you create. You open a question in the viewer's mind, but, and this is key, you don't answer it right away. See, our brains are wired to want answers. We hate unfinished stories. And that little gap, that space between the question and the answer, is pure gold. That's where you capture their attention.
So how do you know if your own script has this secret sauce? Well, you can run it through this simple 3-point test. First, does it actually make someone curious? Not just impressed, but genuinely curious. They should be thinking, wait, what? Not just, wow. Second, is there a real delay between the question you raise and the answer you give? And third, this one's the pro move. When you finally do close one loop, do you immediately open another one right after?
Let's make this really clear. Look at the left side. This is what most people do. Hi, I'm Dave. I make videos that convert. Okay. The loop is closed before it even had a chance to open. There's no reason to keep watching. But now look at the right. There's a reason some UGC videos sell out products overnight. See that? Your brain immediately goes, oh. And what is that reason? Boom. That's your hook. That's the gap. That's why they'll stay.
Okay, so you get the what? Curiosity loops. Awesome. Now let's talk about the how. How do you actually build a whole pitch video around this? Well, there are 2 really great ways you can go about this.
Your first option is the pitch video script. This is where you start with a really strong curiosity hook, and then you show off your best work as B-roll while you're talking. This is perfect if you want to control the story. Your second option is the sample first approach. This one's bold. No script, no intro, you just hit them with your absolute best video right away. The work itself is the pitch. This is great if you have one killer video that really tells a story on its own.
Now for the fun part. Let's look at some killer examples of how different creators can use this whole curiosity loop thing. These are hooks that just grab you from the very first second.
Okay, check this one out from a creator couple. This is just brilliant. It instantly opens up 2 huge questions in my mind. 1, what product did they disagree on? And 2, why in the world is disagreement a good thing for a brand? I mean, you have to keep watching to figure that out, right? The tension is baked right in.
Here's another one, this time for a parent creator. This is so smart because it points out a huge problem that everyone's seen, that fake, sterile-looking family content. And then it creates this awesome before and after gap. The client is immediately leaning in, thinking, okay, show me what the real thing looks like.
And this one here is a total power move. This creator isn't leading with, I'm a Gen X creator. No, they're leading with a huge blind spot in the market. The brand manager watching this immediately starts to sweat a little, thinking, oh man, are we making that mistake? And just like that, the creator becomes the expert who has the solution.
All right, we've gone through the theory and we've seen some amazing examples. Let's boil this all down into a final, super actionable checklist for your next pitch video. First, let's do a lightning round of what not to do. Please don't open with your name. Don't use tired buzzwords like authentic. Your client has heard it a million times. Don't waste time explaining what UGC is. Trust me, they know. And obviously, the biggest one, don't answer a question before you've even had a chance to ask it.
And now, here's your game plan. This is what you should do. Create a knowledge gap right in the hook. Tease the what before you reveal the how. Get really good at closing one loop only to immediately open another one. And remember the golden rule of all video. Show it, don't just talk about it.
So that really brings us to the end, and I want to leave you with this final thought right here. Your next video, it has one single job in those first 5 seconds. It's not to introduce yourself.
It's not to list your skills. Your job is to open a loop. So the real question is, what question are you going to ask?